So I think right now we're going to cut the feed off shortly and just refresh your page, your Facebook page, guys, because we're going to start a new one in a minute or so. Stay tuned.
Dream Challenge 2019. База-арена. Внимание, любители американского пула прикованы сейчас именно к нашей площадке. Сборная США по-прежнему лидирует. Сейчас со счетом 8-6. Рядом со мной наши капитаны, и у меня есть к ним пару вопросов. Итак, Алан, наша игра сейчас переходит в эндшпиль. Как дальше будут развиваться события?
So it's the most important part of the match right now. It's it's going to decide who are going to win. It's the last matches. So what are you going to do?
Ну, сейчас у нас получается 5 Captain's Pick, так называемых. Это выборы капитанов. То есть мы делаем выбор игрока на каждый матч. Делаем их, естественно, порознь. И получаем по факту пару, которая будет играть следующий, каждый очередной матч.
Как принималось решение? Буквально в последние полчаса?
How did you make your decisions?
Да, мы пытались посмотреть, как будет складываться ситуация с счетом. Отсюда были приняты такие разные стратегии, чтобы для расстановки игроков. Ну, тут уже как по факту мы получаем, что угадал, попал.
So the main reasoning for my picks was the score. We were looking at the scores and we're deciding which players are we going to choose for the next game. And so that's the main reason why we chose these players or those players.
And the question, Johan, for you. So I'm sure that now Captain Marcus Shamat, Marcus, hello, is watching your tactics. Are you not afraid of that?
Йохан, сейчас капитан команды Европы Маркус Шамат в преддверии Mosconi Cup наверняка наблюдает за твоей тактикой. Не страшно ли тебе?
Well, I don't believe in being afraid. So no, I'm not afraid. But yeah, of course he will be watching and watching how we do our lineups. But hey, that's how it is. I mean, we're in the open. We're on television on the live stream, so we can't really hide ourselves, can we?
Thank you, Johan.
Нет, совсем не страшно, что мы на телевидении, все открыто, в общем-то мы никак не можем спрятаться, поэтому с этим ничего нельзя поделать.
Спасибо, капитаны. Thank you. А мы продолжаем. И наши капитаны сейчас раскрыли мне секрет первой пары. Итак, встречайте участников одиночного матча. Команда США. Встречайте Cory Deuel. И как нам важно сейчас поддержать нашу сборную. Встречайте, Россия, Федор Горст. Dream Challenge – это самое горячее противостояние.
And we are back live. And we are into the singles. From now on, there are no scotch doubles. And just like you guys over there, we don't know the captain's selections for all the matches. So just every single one is a surprise for us also.
No, I know. I'm joking. I just feel like I've got a good guess. Or I might just run out and go and ask Johan myself. No,
that means that you could play a role of the captain for any of the teams, I suppose.
I wouldn't like to. I definitely don't have that kind of knowledge. So I'm interested to see how this match plays out. Definitely Fedor, such a strong player as well, and one of those players who is obviously in contention for our Team Europe Mosconi Cup ranking points. It all comes down to the last Euro Tour, really.
Yes, coming just shortly, maybe in a week or maybe 2.
Yeah, and it's...
My memory doesn't serve me right there.
I don't know the date. All
October
I know is
12th, I think.
Yeah, all I know is it
something
clashes.
like that, yeah.
It just clashes with our basketball and netball events, and so we'll be closely watching how the tournament plays out, because there are a lot of players in contention for it. And poor Marcus, I really feel for him, because you know he's got a tough pick on his hand, because you know also 3 of his players, you know, he doesn't get a choice as to
Well,
who's in.
yeah, and I believe Nick and I went over it today. The combined rankings, if Filler, if Filler holds for the European rankings, they'll take 3 off the combined rankings, and that really opens the door.
Exactly.
Joshua also holds the combined.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. If Ruslan doesn't take the European rankings, okay, if Joshua holds that, not only he's holding the combined no matter what, but if he holds the Europeans, well, then they'll take 3 from the combined rankings, and that really opens the door for, I think it was 8 players, something like that.
This is something for Josh Filler to keep in mind, maybe just trying to keep that door open for these other guys behind him.
Well...
No, don't you dare, Josh.
No.
You just do what you do and you let it all play out.
Exactly.
Killer fillers.
If I start
Josh,
seeing anything dodgy happening, I'm coming straight for you,
No,
Josh.
I don't think that'll ever be the case at all in professional pool, and I also think that quite a tough job in the selection that Marcus has.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's a sweet spot to be in, because he's got a lot of great players to choose from.
Exactly, exactly. And on the other side, we obviously have got Cory Deuel, who I always just impressed by Cory Deuel. He's got such an experience when it comes to obviously this game and this format and these kind of conditions as well. And I mean, everyone's petrified of Cory and his break.
Oh yeah, and when his confidence is high, just like others, but with all that experience, you know, with the combination of the confidence, watch out for the 9. Wow, a great effort there by Fedor. Cory's definitely a man to be reckoned with.
I agree entirely.
And a big shot for him to get started here on a thin shot on the 1 from some 8 feet away. He's got to really kind of turn the cue ball loose, going up and down a little bit. He doesn't want to contact the 5. Taking dead aim. Okay, hit it well. What about that 5 ball? Okay, he's going to get by it. He's going to be super thin on the 2, and he's got to watch out for that scratch in the upper right-hand corner. I think he's thin enough. If he makes it, Michael, he'll get to the side rail, and maybe with a little check spin, hold for the 3.
Yeah, just to use that side pocket, maybe overcutting to the left a little bit.
Yeah, and that got away from him, but I think he had to sacrifice that, and he's got a nice cross-side bank that he can draw for position, maybe stun for position underneath the 4.
Or duck behind the 6 if he wishes doing so, like going on the safe route.
I like him staying aggressive here, I really do. I think position is there. I think the best players in the world, they stay aggressive. Went long. He's going to need some fortune, and he's going to get it, I think, anyways. I think he's cut him off making it. It's real close. The funny thing was he didn't really draw the cue ball for position, and I think that's maybe lack of speed on the bank is what made it spread a little bit long. And the overhead tells me that he has the 3 ball. I don't know. It's, like, again, very, very close. He's drawing the cue ball, so that says maybe he does have it. Okay, so we're definitely going to see a 4-9 that is very makeable, but also missable at the same time.
Far from being easy.
No, he could actually overcut this. This is the type you'd like to say, well, if I catch the 4 into the rail, man, it's hard to miss it. Which it kind of is. But very possible.
Cory, Deuel.
Yeah, great opener there. So 1-0 to Fedor. And the overall score so far at the moment in the Dream Challenge is 8-6 to Team USA. And it's the first to 10 points, so just 2 points away.
Yeah, Russia definitely has their hands full, but they probably have, you know, one of two guys playing right now to get them started. They have to win 4 out of the next 5 matches to steal this cup away, this Dream Challenge away from Team USA. So we'll see Cory's heart rate here soon, and you know, you can tell occasionally he's nervous, and he's supposed to be, but his heart rate really didn't get up there that bad. I think like around 110 max. Okay, making a bunch on the break. The 2, the 1, 2, and 3, and interesting enough, does he have another cross-side bank on the 4 that he's got to attack with? Okay. Now this may lead him to want to play safe after missing the 1 in the previous game. This one's definitely more off angle than the last, right, Michael?
It seems like so, Jeremy.
But does that stay in your mind from the last game, that one?
Well, it does when it comes to like a, okay, that's what I like. And that shot is eerily similar to yesterday's 9-ball that he elected to bank, that we talked about, that maybe on these tables he should cut the ball in. And I don't know if you remember, he missed the bank, but he got down with that one and smoothed it. And that'll tell you also, because the bank shot on the slick table might say, hey, after I missed one, maybe I'm not calculating them so well.
Maybe you had that covered with him yesterday, following his attempt on the bank shot?
No, actually we went over a few other shots. For me, for Cory, all he needs is that commitment to his decision. That's all.
Did you get much, just out of curiosity, Jeremy, because I'm obviously not there when you speak to the players, but when you talk to them about some of the shots they made, do you get much kickback from them at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I feel like the way that you say it, you're just kind of like, yeah, and we say that to them, and I feel like they just sit there and go, yep, okay, sir, okay, but they must argue with you slightly.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
yeah. Occasionally, you know, they're gonna, I want them to speak their mind,
Yeah, of
because I'm not
course.
always right, that's for sure, and I'm here to learn as well. And I'm here to learn the players as well.
You know,
Yeah.
our viewers would second me there that you seem to know everything, like every aspect of the game of pool. And
Don't
once
make his
again,
head
thank you
too
very
big,
much
Mike.
for being here with us in the commentary booth,
Well, thank
providing
you.
all the expertise.
Well, like I said, in the Houston area, there were a lot of great players, and playing all games really teaches you a lot. So, lucky in that manner, I guess.
You are fabulous, Jeremy, I must
Thanks.
say. But that's all you're going to get out of me.
Well, I
got
was
your one
lucky enough to
compliment.
play the Mosconi 7 times, which is so eerily similar to these conditions.
Sure.
So when you're talking about like predicting the tendencies on misses on this, it's not so much I know Ruslan on how he's going to miss or Cory on how he's going to miss. I just know what the percentages are on the way you miss balls on these types of tables.
And so it's 1 apiece here. And this is our 3rd match of the evening. We've had our 2 doubles, and we saw Russia taking the first point of the evening, with Team USA taking the second, and we are now 8-6 overall.
Okay, the 1 up in the corner, the 2's going to get pinned on the back rail. So we'll see. Fedor's probably going to play some type of safety behind the 4 and the 6, and putting the cue ball probably on the right side rail, his left side rail, and the 2 ball on the opposite. You notice if you use the 6 and the 4, there's a big way to snooker them. Just put the 2 maybe half a diamond above the 8 and let the cue ball spin naturally over there on the top side of the 6 and the 4.
I like using the 4.
Yeah. Well, if you get in a certain area, you have like a 6-inch zone to snooker, because the 6 and 4 are kind of, how do you say it? They're kind of helping. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Helping each other. Yeah. Now, he could go for the bank. The long rail bank is playable, but I think he would want to play the safety here, although Fedor can bank the ball really well. You know, it looks like to me he's banking at it.
And I was just going to say that in case of a banker, he will just make that hit on the 9.
Well, he's got issues here, though. He's a little elevated. He's got a thin cut on the 3 down the rail. And does the 4, does it have both pockets? If it doesn't have both pockets, he's got a little bit of issue trying to get from the 4 to the 5. Now, the way he's going around the table makes me think the 4 does pass the 8, and that's important. Oh, does he have to go back and forth here? Oh, yeah, he does. Watch out. If he falls on the rail, things are going to become difficult. And now he's in what would be a little bit of trouble. You're going to really see some of this young man's talent here if he's able to knock this 4 in and get position on the 5.
I like trying to reposition the 4 towards the 8, maybe hoping to make it
cross corner,
right, and just driving the cue ball all the way back on the same side rail.
Well, he's got a little angle, so, well, he's definitely ready for the challenge, this young man. .133 he's up at, and I'll tell you, when you make a bunch of great shots in a row, you can get the heart going.
I've just texted Marcus, Jeremy, saying, thoughts on Fedor?
Well, I'm sure there's been many already.
Oh, certainly.
Well, yeah, you want to get a young man, you want it to be deserving, of course, and there's so many great European players, but 19 years old, plays like this, you don't want to get his feet wet with the Mosconi, with so many more Mosconis to come.
Marcus actually did say both Ruslan and Fedor, I want them both.
Oh, wow.
Oh, great
Too many to pick from.
Great to hear that for the Russian pool fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's gonna inspire some of the other Euros going into Austria, I'll tell you.
Oh, yes. I think they will need to fight.
Emily, if your first question to Marcus was, I wonder if you are watching at all.
Oh, I know he's watching.
That's great.
He loves the Mosconi Cup too much.
Well, he's a pool fan himself, and he was a great player. I know he's been playing a little bit here and there when he gets time, so I know I think probably, I'm guessing, but probably 41, 42 years old now, maybe?
I'm not sure. I don't want to disclose his age. I feel bad for him.
Oh, well.
No, I'm joking.
Well, it's the ladies. You're not supposed to disclose the age, but...
So that's Fedor takes
well, you can see
the rack there, 2-1.
His stats here in the Dream Challenge, 7 and 4 matches, plus 14, and racks won and lost. Okay, 44 years old. Well, I met, actually, I believe it was 1998. I met Marcus in California. And then from there, he just became a super solid player. Actually, that's where I met the same trip. I think I met Mika Immonen that trip. Quite a few of the Euros that end up being some of the greatest players that come from Europe were in California that trip. So Cory with a great break off in game 2. We'll see if he can somewhat repeat that in game 4.
I'd love to see Cory, have nice confidence boost here as well. And like we keep saying, he's a great player.
Well, that opening shot in second game on that cut on the 4-ball, I think. Oh, there's that golden break. Really close. He's gonna get a starter on the 1. Again, not one that's so easy because it doesn't pass the 6. So he'll just have to calm his nerves, level out, and roll this ball in the corner. The 3 does pass the 9. So position is not the difficult part of the task. Oh, great shot. Great shot. Okay, this is eerily close to a scratch. So he may have to draw the cue ball here with inside. Can he get to the bottom rail easily here, Michael?
Frankly, I don't see the scratch being on.
Really? Okay, I think it's going to be closer than you think. Unless he eases the ball. Okay, he beat it easily. Get my eyes checked, I think, but...
Yeah, do you want my glasses, Jeremy?
Well, now he's... No, I'm good. Now he's got a nice path to come by the 6 for the 5 in the lower right. This is all, again, just about making the ball. There you go. Caught it a little thin to the pocket, so it may run a little more than he wanted, but still shouldn't be an issue. Now this is important, getting on the good side of the 6 or making a decision to stay to where you can go 3 rails off the 6. You don't want to fall in that middle zone, that gray area. Very good.
Cory has come up with several very good shots in this match so far.
Yeah, very high quality so far. Just a miss on a bank cross side that on this table here you can certainly miss.
And that's just the kind of qualities that you're looking for, looking ahead of the Mosconi Cup, aren't you, Jeremy?
Yeah, well, you know, he knows that, of course, we do have a 2-point lead here, but he wants to lengthen that lead, and he's playing a great player that's somewhat shooting in front of him in this match with Fedor winning the lag.
So that's a 2-all. Cory Deuel taking that rack there to level him up against Fedor Gorst. And we are in the 3rd match of the final evening of the Dream Challenge.
Yeah, that's very good to see Cory performing pretty nice today, because like his stats so far haven't been that impressive, like winning only 3 matches and losing 8. Probably the worst numbers on Team USA when we speak about Dream Challenge only.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, but when the first 2 years of the Dream Challenge, we went to the case match. So anytime you have that, you're probably going to have some with some really nice records and some with maybe not so nice records. But
what is also interesting about Cory that so far he lost all 3 matches and with the same scoreline of like a 3-5.
Okay, Fedor to break off here in game 5. And one thing I like to see for Cory is Fedor staying aggressive in front of him. I think it's going to ignite Cory and keep him that way.
Also, it makes it it's a tough match for him as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and the 1's going to get a little difficult again and maybe elevated over the 4. No, he's okay. So you won't see Fedor do anything but stay aggressive again here on this 1 ball. Now, you want to hit this with a little speed, but you can't really go back and forth like 3 rails with the 8 being there. So, and the 4 ball being a little jumbled up.
I'm just hypnotized by that line of the balls on the left side of the table.
Yeah, right.
Like 8, 4, 5, and 9.
Okay. Again, there's that medium speed to where that's the one you like the most to pocket this ball, but I don't think with the 8 being there, unless he plans on running into the 8 with the cue ball, I don't think that's the speed that's going to get him position on the 2, so he may have to float this a bit. Okay, he did hit it hard. Oh, he got the hit on the 8, but it was a thin enough hit to where he's still going to get over for somewhat a shape on the 2.
Could have easily got their bound to the side pocket.
Exactly, and I think he hit it with the speed because he knew the 8 was involved, so he knew there was a bit of taking some risk. But he's okay here. If he can make this and come down the center of the table, I think the 4 plays on the side. He may end up having to play a 5-9 combination to end game 5, but first things first, don't take your eye off this 2 ball. Oh, that might be too much speed there. It's going to be close. Okay, that's pretty nice.
That's actually pretty much perfect.
Yeah, the 5 actually passes the 9 with the second glance at it there. So it should be pretty much stop, stop, stop on the 4, 5, 6. Maybe a little draw on the 8 to the 9, and Fedor's going to get that 1-game lead again.
Some little example of straight pull position play.
Mm-hmm. That little triangle you try to develop when you're trying to continue the run.
I always find myself like failing to find those magic triangles going towards the end of straight pull rack.
It's not easy. It takes some experience. When I first got invited to the World Straight Pool, actually the only one I ever played in, I was lucky enough to live in Jacksonville, Florida, where Jimmy Karras lived. So Hall of Famer and one of the greatest players to ever pick up a cue. And he gave me a lot of insight, but you wouldn't imagine how little the runs I made when I first started, and I was a pretty darn good player at the time. But, once you get some experience at the game, it gets a little easier.
And so that's 3-2. from Fedor Gorst.
It's the first time he gets the lead in this match.
Federer?
Yeah.
No. He had the lead. He won the first game.
Oh,
Cory missed the bank on the 3.
That was just vice versa, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's kept the lead, and I think that's what I think has been so impressive by Cory. He's backed up Federer.
He's stayed on it, hasn't he?
Exactly. And that's what you got to do. You got to just know that, hey, losing the lag, you may not ever get the opportunity to win this match, but the best you can do is just keep the heat.
Yeah, so far it was like Cory getting on Federer in this chase in a race to 5.
He doesn't look too happy with himself, Cory, though, or is that just how he's sort of just calm and collected? I feel like I just want to go, come on, it's fine, Cory, don't worry.
You never find Cory like showing like being too emotional at the table.
Okay. Not too much. Oh, watch the cue ball. And he's made one, and now a tricky little shot on the 1-5 with the 9 being there. He'll probably just dead roll this ball with that little bit of an angle. If he hits it with a little too much speed, the 1 could get underneath the 9. So here's where the nerves are huge, because I don't think he can afford to draw this. I think he's just got to dead slow roll this ball like that. Oh, he's cut it too much. So we'll see if the 9 gets involved. I think he's okay. Now he's got to come down for the 2 on the side maybe, which is not what you would prefer. You'd rather play the 2 in the corner just because it naturally takes you towards the 4. Cory's a good bridge player, so I wouldn't be surprised if he still is able to hold the cue ball for the 2 in the corner by the 6. That would be preferred. All right, that's got to go. That's got to go a bit. So kind of on the 50-yard line as far as is the cut too thin. The bank's a little funny as well, cross side. He's close enough to it, though. I think if he can cut it in the side, he may be able to kill the cue ball with... Oh, no, he's definitely too much for the side pocket. I don't know, we'll see.
Using that 6 ball?
No, I think he's going to kill the ball. Heavy kill like that. Yeah, what a great shot.
Impressive.
Yeah, this is another decision. Do you go up and down the table? I think that's the right play. Just go straight up and down. That's a shot you work on for many years, meaning catching the line of the cue ball. Cory pretty calm with the heart rate, though. Good shot. And again, doing all he can to keep the heat on Federer. And Federer doing the same thing, trying to keep USA off of the heel.
What an exciting match here between the both of these 2 players. Just really showing the standard of play.
And of course, both of them realize very well the responsibility they're taking in this match.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of seeing that finish line for Team USA, obviously.
Yeah, they're just 2 points away.
2 points away, and this is Cory's first singles match. So it's the first time for him to get as comfortable as you possibly can in this event. Of course, doubles, I think the guys are comfortable with each other, but it's nothing still like playing the singles.
And there we go. And as Jeremy said, Cory Deuel just staying on Fedor's case, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just leveling up 3 apiece.
Yeah, Federer wise beyond his years, but I think he can feel it, that if he probably feels anyways that if I make one mistake, it could be curtains.
And against a player like Fedor, you just cannot make those mistakes, can you?
Oh, no. Very serious Johan Rusnik right behind Cory.
And it's been nice, actually, to see, like, we've all been at the same hotel together, haven't we, Jeremy? And we found this nice little breakfast place on the corner, and there's this huge long table that's in there, and, you know, us at the team at Matchroom and as well as Team USA, we've been going in there sort of in the morning and midday, and all of us all just sitting there having breakfast together. And it's been nice to see sort of Johan with the players and everyone just enjoying each other's company, and because not in the surrounding where they actually have to, you know, speak to one another sort of thing, where it's just so natural. And I just think it really helps with the sort of the team dynamics as well, and to help them play better with one another. And,
well, you start to trust each other more, you know, little jokes outside the pool, you know.
I actually think that was the reason that Johan Rausing realized, and in his decision when pulling his team on the road.
Definitely.
For this reason, just to develop that special kind of bond.
Okay, so another not so easy one for Fedor because the cue ball is going to have some speed. So does he naturally cut this in and go up and down the table? He doesn't want to cue this with outside English. If he puts a little left spin, I think the scratch down by the 5 is a possible target.
I think just a roll of forward stroke in motion, like going on top of the cue ball slightly will do.
Which is straight high, right?
Once again, watch out for the throw effect.
Yeah, and I think it becomes more missable with straight high. I mean, I don't expect him, but normally you would like to shoot this with a touch of inside English.
Aim it a little bit thinner.
Yes, yeah, very natural, but then he might contact the 6, so we'll see. Don't think the 9 or 7 is really in play. Okay, he hit it great.
Lovely shot.
He hit it great.
So impressed with just watching Fedor play. And to be fair, I'd quite like to see him at the Mosconi Cup for Team Europe. I think he'd be a credit to the team. Obviously, he hasn't played under those kind of Mosconi Cup conditions before.
Sure. But he's spent a lot of time in Las Vegas, so you got to believe that going to America wouldn't be the problem.
Sure.
Okay, he's got to go with a high ball here, it looks like, and maybe take a chip shot on the 4 on the side. Oh, he came all the way out. And again, probably when more difficult shots are required, I think it's been easily him and SVB that have looked the most comfortable. And this is how he played pretty much last year, believe it or not. He missed one ball to kind of wake SVB up in that final match. And from there, he couldn't really do... Oh, he missed one. He missed one. He's going to get fortunate with the cue ball. No. So a big opportunity now. Long shot. I'm surprised he went back and forth. I thought he would just make that and come 2 rails to kind of where the 4 was at and take the little chip shot on the 5. So Cory played great. Trust what you're looking at. And he's got to put a lot of steam on the cue ball here. Watch out for the side pocket. Okay, is the 5 playable from there? We'll see. If it's not froze on the rail, I think he can cue this with a little outside English, and he's not taking much time, so that tells me this 5 is very makeable.
He feels comfortable about the shot.
He might bump the 6, though, so we'll see. Okay, no, that was up a bit. And with that ball being up a bit, very surprising to me that Fedor decided to come backwards with the cue ball. He could have cut the 4 and just went back and forth and shot kind of from where the 4 was at.
Well, you, Jeremy, know it better than anyone here in the pool room. I think that these decisions are sometimes very hard, to make.
All of them are, and believe me, I've blown a bunch of them when I'm out in the pit as well. But Johan and I stress that, hey, we're all going to miss balls, but the decisions you make, if you can keep your head, you're probably going to get tuned in with the table eventually. That's got to go quite a bit.
Right. Short, very short.
Well, he's close, so being accurate shouldn't be a problem. Now, if he decides to use side spin, that's when the problem can arise.
Yeah,
that's
that
what I mean.
Definitely looked missable.
Well, it was side spin. He put side spin on it, so you can't judge the deflection so well. It being so close, I would have rather seen him just hit flat and let the cue ball run a bit more. Take a little more chance with the cue ball.
Well, once again, this is one of those decisions. Applying English, you get deflection. Without English, you could get throw effect.
Yes, I know. Well, he's a little on the 50 here.
Oh, that's a standard shot, once again, I believe, for any pool player.
Well, yeah, so was the 4 ball he missed a minute ago, Michael. So I'm just saying it isn't straight in. It is an exact position. Still don't expect Fedor to miss it. One straight shooter. Taking dead aim.
Takes that rack game, leading 4-3 against Cory and on the hill to potentially getting a point here for Russia.
And I think, you know, a bit of a shocking miss, you can say that, but probably more shocking that he was light with the cue ball coming back and forth on the 7.
He had so much space with this position play on the 8.
Yeah.
And once again, that cushion rebound gives you more room like for speed control.
Yes. Just a bit of a misjudgment there. And
Come on then, golden break, Cory.
yeah, well, he flirted with one earlier.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah,
You
did.
and your flirting. Every time you say it, I just like giggle to myself.
It was a close one, all right? Okay, hang tough, Cory. And again, not to give him the jinx, but he's broke the balls very well here. Stick to hitting them and see what happens. Made the corner ball. Nasty little kiss on the cue ball. The 8's going to clear the 2. Now he's going to have to make some shot on the 2 to get back to the 3. Yeah.
God, I'm learning so
Yeah, you
much
are.
as well, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
I'm getting so proud of myself.
Yeah, well, once you figure out it's a number ordered game, it becomes a lot easier,
Yeah, no,
right?
I
All right, so it's sitting all right to let the stroke out. Oh, okay, he played it more conservative. A lot of people would have went ahead and put a lot on that and gotten to the other side of the 3, much closer to the 3 ball.
So he just wanted to make sure he got the 2 and then
Yeah, well, and
to have
that's
the harder shot.
exactly.
Now on the 3, maybe?
Yeah, and we'd say that getting the run started, meaning he's going to make this at a high rate as well. So no sense to take the chance on the 2. Okay, he got that one down. Perfect cue ball. Now does the 6 pass the 8?
It sure does, Jeremy.
Okay, if it does, well then he should be able to run the cue ball in position. I think he's still got to come to the top rail though. Okay, so this is where from some distance, if he doesn't have a full pocket, this 6 ball becomes a bit of a tester. If the 8's covering up the hole a little bit, becomes missable. Okay, a nice stroke there, confident stroke. So I think we're going to see our first hill match of day 3. Excuse me.
Don't curse it, Jeremy. For goodness sake.
And you know what? So far, both of those players are 1 to 2 in terms of double heel situation.
You mean
Both of them-
50%? Is that what
Both
you mean?
of, yeah, correct. They won 1 and lost 2 on the hill.
Oh, okay. So 1 out of 3 then, yeah. I gotcha.
Okay, so Cory looking likely to take this rack down, and as Jeremy said, heel against Fedor. Fedor will be breaking.
And you could definitely say a more crucial point for Russia here at this heel match, but
Definitely.
a crucial one for America as well. You want to go ahead and try to get this done
As quick as
yeah,
possible,
yeah,
don't you,
yeah,
really?
Absolutely.
And it's funny enough, this evening they've been quite quick matches so far, whereas this one's been longer. Obviously, we get to heel, and my favourite match so far, I think.
Oh, we had a little mishap with the bottled water there from Skyler. I'm glad he caught it, or else we would have had a little cleanup.
Yeah, looking at the scoreline, the first 2 matches of day 3 were pretty much one-sided, but not at all.
No, not this one.
Wow. I have no idea. Mike, what did they just say? What did they just shout out?
It's
You
like,
can
come on, Fedor.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing it was something like that, I think.
You could see Max Eberle there.
Oh, so impressed with his match yesterday.
Big point
Just
yesterday.
like,
Big point.
obviously, a lot of people would have looked at that and gone, oh, yeah, but he made a few mistakes. But I just think someone like Max, who hasn't really had this kind of experience, to come out there and to do so well like that, and I thought it was impressive.
Is Cory going to get an opportunity here? Does a 5 get out of the way? Yes, it does on a dry break. And is there a 3-9 carom shot? It's very close.
Come on, Cory.
Now, the 2 may have him snookered. You know, the cameras fool us sometimes. And I'm looking at this 3-9 more and more, and I'm not so sure it's playable.
And the kiss is not there.
That's what I mean. I'm not so sure the kiss, although that'll fool us sometimes as well. Now, he can play the rail first here. The rail first, it's a bit off the rail, but it's one that he's a favorite to make.
And after that, he will have to deal with the carom on the 5.
You would think.
So he's called his extension there.
Now this is where you could easily kick and stick the cue ball, meaning try to bank the 1 up and leave the cue ball behind the 2 and 5, especially when you have 2 balls there. You have a big room for error.
So you prefer not going offensive on this very shot?
No, I wouldn't mind at all if he went offensive, not one bit. Like, okay, didn't get it. Now is he going to get any type of roll with the 6 ball?
Doesn't look like being so.
I don't know, it's close. Now the funny thing is on that rail first shot is he put a lot of speed on it.
And spin also.
Yeah, and spin also, like he was trying to get all the way back around for the 2-5 combination where, like you said, he was probably going to have to play a kiss shot if he made the 1. I expected him to shoot the 1 with a little lighter speed as well. Okay, Federer's going to shoot the 1 and go into the 5 for sure.
Wow. I found that super impressive.
Oh, yeah. Federer's always solid. And I'm not sure if the 9 is playable. He's very close to the 2. And the thing is, if you're not dead straight in, aiming when you're very close to the object ball isn't the easiest things. That extra distance between cue ball and object ball gives you a lot of information. We've seen a pure offensive match so far, but now in the case game, we may see a bit of a safety battle, especially if this 3-9 does not play. Better taking his extension, and I think that's a wise choice. The type of shot also, sometimes you get lucky and just feather the 9 going in, and you still make the 2. Oh, he missed it.
And he also solved the problem for his opponent.
Well, there's a problem with the 2 way on the back rail, Michael. That's the first problem.
It cuts, but there are all the good 9 feet between the cue ball and the object ball.
Yeah, but I think the way the balls lay, I like him going after the win right here. I really do. I like him going after the cut.
You've got to at this stage, haven't you, really?
Well, the safety's difficult as well, and this camera angle makes me think it's very, very difficult. So he may chip the left side of this. He may make the 9. Watch out for the 9 ball. Oh, he hit it very light. So that's got to go quite a bit. That's got to go quite a bit. Okay, it's going to get safe of the 9, you think. It's always a dangerous shot whenever you're sending the 2 down there near the money ball. If he hits that just a little bit light, he may leave a kiss shot. Now, one thing he's done is he's kept the jump cue out of Federer's hand, I'll tell you that.
I like trying to go one rail kick maybe on the left side of the 2 and just trying to drive that cue ball behind that fence, like the 4 ball and the 3.
Oh, he's got to spin it, though, a lot. Oh, he caught the 7, so nothing more than a prime opportunity for Cory Deuel. Okay, so what do you see here? I still see some issues. I see an issue with not really the 3 and 4, even though the 4 may not go by the 9, but the 7 doesn't go by the 9.
I hate to say that, but I think that Emily has just performed as an evil magician on Team Russia.
I'm so sorry, I just...
Okay, is he going to play a 4-9 combination? Because you would think where the 6 is at, with the 7 covered up by the 9, that he may have to play a combo on the 7-9. So you may see an early win here to get this point. Oh, he played it really light. That's surprising. So that means, is he going to move the 7 here, Michael, shooting the 4 on the side?
I think he has to, but watch out and hit that 7 on the right portion of the ball. But we see Cory aiming for the corner.
Oh, he tried to move the 6, I think, right there. I think he took a chance trying to move the 6. I really do.
And shot that perfectly.
Okay, he's got to pull the cue ball probably above the 6. Okay, doesn't want straight in, though. Straight in is a problem. You don't want to shoot this 7-9 combination from the rail.
Especially at hill.
Oh, my, look at this. That's a pretty, besides the cue ball being froze, that's about as straight as you can get. Now, does he draw back to play the kiss shot, which gives you an element of safety when you shoot the 7-9?
I'm not so sure about that safety involved.
I think that's what he was trying to get at. He's kind of gotten in no man's land, meaning the kiss shot isn't so easy, and the combination isn't so easy either.
He's too short for the kiss shot, obviously.
I'm super nervous here. I can't even
He might
speak.
be playing safe. He might be putting him underneath the 9. Yeah, it wasn't any good, the kiss shot.
Took his chances,
Yeah,
Cory.
and the 7-8 combination is not a tough shot. Oh, yes, it is. I thought the 8 was a little closer, excuse me. So we'll see what kind of tricks Fedor can pull out of his hat here. Interesting situation.
Look at Fedor's heart rate in comparison to
Well,
Cory
the cut
right
to the
now.
left corner is on.
Well, it's doable, that's for sure. It's makeable,
Yeah,
you know.
the pocket probably is the blindest of them all.
Yeah, and
He's going for that one.
yeah, he's got no extension left.
Wow. Wow. Mike, put your hands down, for goodness sake. Stop cheering. Oh, look at Fedor's heart rate, and I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, way
What an
up there.
impressive shot that was.
Yeah, and I think the shot clock might have helped him, really. He had to just get down and go with his
Yeah,
gut.
just get on with it.
Uh-oh. Man, he flirted with that much more than he wanted.
And the heart rate.
So Fedor takes that match 5-4 against Cory Deuel. He will be that star of Team Russia that brings the overall score to 8-7. So Russia only 1 point behind Team USA. And so we got some tough matches coming up.